let's talk about Watch the Skies. This is a Swedish film. How do I describe this? Watch the Skies is a Swedish film that was,
69.
let me just tell you the story first.
Well,
It's
here,
about,
the impression I get is it's Close Encounters of the Third Kind, but from the child's perspective.
yes,
Yeah.
it's the story of a young girl, or she's young at the beginning of the story. Her father is obsessed with UFOs, tracking them, finding them, and he is abducted when she's a young girl. Cut to later, she's now in her teenage years. She's kind of taken her father's obsession, taken on her father's obsession with UFOs. So now she's all into UFOs. And what ends up happening is she's trying to find her father who's been abducted by UFOs. So she's on a mission to find him. That's the whole story. Now, the one thing that struck me about this movie, it feels very much like a movie from the 80s and 90s in the vein of Spielberg, like Close Encounters. It has that whimsical, fanciful, like obsession with UFOs, but for a good cause. In a way, it kind of feels inspired by Interstellar, because it's a father-daughter story, but it's from the point of view of the daughter, not, the dad who goes off to space. She's left behind, wants to seek him out, and she's just obsessed with finding UFOs, and she teams up with the UFO Sweden, which is this group of people who track all the UFO sightings and whatnot. But I really, really enjoyed this film from the standpoint of, it seems like I was watching a movie that was made in like the 80s, but I was just like a movie I missed from the 80s, but I'm seeing it now. Right? I would say it's sort of more on the sci-fi adventure, young adult, because it really is kind of a young adult's point of view, and that informs everything. So there you go. And I'll say this, it is worth mentioning. So it takes place in Sweden, and all the characters have Swedish accents, but they're speaking English. Why is that? Why? This was originally a Swedish film where everyone spoke Swedish. Rather than bringing it to the United States and subtitling the movie, which is what you do, you subtitle a film, a company called Flawless approached the filmmakers and said, hey, we have this new AI technology. If you take your actors, have them re-record all their dialogue in English, we can use a plugin in Avid to reform this part of their mouth so that they're speaking in English. I did not know that when I saw the film. It was only after that I learned this. You do not notice. It's completely unnoticeable. And you would think like, oh, that would take months, so long. It with the plugin, it took them merely weeks to do this. And they used the original actors, were paid to re-record their dialogue in English. It's in a way, it's an ethical use of AI, because the data sets are the actors themselves. Now, this isn't like a thing that makes the movie better. I think if you don't like subtitles, I mean, the movie exists in Swedish, but the fact that, and it was made like 3 years ago, and the Flawless people from that company, I talked to one of the guys who works for the company. That's how I know this. They met them at Cannes and said, hey, we have this new technology. Can we let's see if this can work, like proof of concept. It works. It's a fun film. And if you like movies like Close Encounters, and it feels like it's that era, it is set in the 90s. So, it is set in the 90s, but it feels like it was also made back in that period of time, a more innocent time. So there's nothing about it there's no political anything about it, just a fun sci-fi adventure. If you're distracted by the Swedish accents, they're just sort of they have accents, but the movie is fun. I give it a recommend, and this opens a whole door to, for this. Look, a lot of people will not go see movies with subtitles. This is a game changer. If you can take foreign films that are very good, do an English translation with the actors, with their voices, I mean, this opens up. Not only that, older films where the dubbing is actually really bad, like old Toho Godzilla movies, to see a perfect in English version. I'm just saying it opens the door to broadening the audience of people turned off by subtitles or bad dubbing, and changes the game. I recommend seeing the movie, not just for that aspect. It's also a fun film. So there's my review. Alan, I do recommend that you see it.
Okay. So you would suggest taking the old Godzilla movies and then
I'm not saying they do that. I'm saying I would hate that, but it opens up the possibility. That's an option. It's doable. You could do that. So it opens older films and newer films to from that alone. This is a game changer for the industry.